The rain had been falling for 3 straight days, turning the streets into mirrors of gray and washing away what little hope Maria felt she had left. Sitting in her car outside a grocery store, she counted the last few dollars in her wallet for the third time, hoping somehow the number would change. It didn't. Her son, Jake, was asleep in the back seat, his small face peaceful despite everything. Maria watched him through the rearview mirror, her chest tightening. She had no idea how she was going to make it through the week, let alone the month, and then something happened that she would never forget, something that began with a simple, mysterious gift. Before we continue, if stories like this touch your heart, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Welcome to Kindness Story Hub, where we share real stories that remind us how powerful kindness can be. Maria had always been strong. Life had forced her to be. After her husband left 3 years ago, she became everything for Jake: mother, father, provider, protector. She worked long hours as a waitress in a small diner just outside town, often pulling double shifts to cover rent, groceries, and daycare. But lately, things had gotten worse. Her car needed repairs she couldn't afford. The diner had cut her hours. And just last week, her landlord had given her a warning about late rent. Every day felt like walking a tightrope with no safety net below. That morning, Maria had woken up early, hoping to pick up an extra shift. But when she arrived, the manager shook his head. "Not today, Maria. We're slow." She forced a smile, nodded, and left quietly. She didn't want to cry in front of anyone anymore, and now, sitting outside the grocery store, she debated whether to go in. She had just enough money for bread, milk, and maybe a few eggs. But she also needed gas to get to work tomorrow, if she even got called in. Mom, Jake's sleepy voice broke her thoughts. "Hey, buddy," she said softly, turning around. "You hungry?" He nodded. Maria smiled, even though it hurt. "Let's go get something, okay?" Inside the store, she carefully picked up only the essentials. She checked prices, put items back, and did mental math with every step. Jake followed quietly, holding onto the cart. When they reached the checkout, the total came out slightly higher than she expected. Maria hesitated. "I'm sorry," she said to the cashier. "Can you take off the eggs?" Jake looked up at her but didn't say anything. The cashier nodded and adjusted the total. Maria paid, grabbed the bag, and thanked her before heading out quickly, her cheeks burning with embarrassment. Back in the car, she placed the groceries on the passenger seat inside. Her hands rested on the steering wheel as she stared ahead. That's when she noticed it. A plain white envelope tucked under her windshield wiper. Her heart skipped. "What is that?" Jake asked. "I don't know," Maria said, stepping out of the car. She looked around the parking lot. People moved in and out of the store, but no one seemed to be watching her. Slowly, she pulled the envelope free. There was no name on it. Just one word written in neat handwriting: "For you." Maria's hands trembled as she opened it. Inside was a folded piece of paper and cash. Her breath caught. She quickly counted it. $100. Tears filled her eyes instantly. Jake leaned over from inside the car. "Mom?" She unfolded the note. It read, "I don't know your story, but I saw your strength. Sometimes, we all need a little help. This is yours today. One day, if you can, pass it on." Maria covered her mouth, overwhelmed. "Mom, are you okay?" Jake asked again. She nodded, tears streaming down her face now, but this time, they weren't from despair, they're happy tears. She whispered. She looked around again, hoping to spot whoever had left it. But there was no sign. Just strangers going about their day. Whoever it was, they were gone. That night, Maria was able to fill her gas tank. She went back into the store and bought the eggs and even a small treat for Jake. For the first time in weeks, they had a proper dinner, but more than that, something inside her had shifted. Hope had returned. The next morning, Maria got a call from the diner. Someone had called in sick, and they needed her for a full shift. "Can you come in?" the manager asked. "Yes," she said quickly. "I'll be there." That day, Maria worked harder than ever. She smiled more, moved faster, and felt lighter. Customers noticed. One older man at her table said, "You've got a good spirit. Don't lose that." She smiled. "I won't." At the end of her shift, as she was cleaning up, she noticed a young woman sitting alone, looking stressed and tired. Maria hesitated, then walked over. "Hey," she said gently. "You doing okay?" The woman looked surprised. "Yeah, just a long day." Maria nodded. She reached into her apron and pulled out a $10 bill, part of the money she still had left. "I know it's not much," she said, placing it on the table. "But sometimes a little kindness goes a long way." The woman blinked, stunned. "Are you serious?" Maria smiled. "Someone helped me when I needed it. Just passing it on." The woman's eyes filled with tears. "Thank you, you have no idea how much this means." Maria did know, and in that moment, she realized something powerful. The gift she had received wasn't just money, it was a reminder. A reminder that even in the darkest moments, someone might be watching, someone might care, someone might step in quietly and change everything. Weeks passed, and things slowly began to improve. Maria picked up more shifts. She managed to catch up on rent. Her car still needed work, but she was saving little by little. But what stayed with her the most wasn't the struggle, it was the kindness. Every chance she got, Maria looked for ways to help others, even in small ways. A kind word. A warm smile. A few dollars when she could spare it, and every time she did, she felt that same warmth she felt the day she found the envelope. One evening, as she and Jake walked out of the same grocery store, Jake tugged at her sleeve. "Mom," he said, pointing to there, on another car's windshield, was a white envelope. Maria smiled softly. "Looks like someone else needed a little help today," she said. Jake grinned. "Like you did?" She nodded. "Exactly like me." They walked to their car, hand in hand, and as Maria started the engine, she glanced at Jake in the mirror, just like she had weeks ago. But this time, her heart felt different, stronger, full, grateful, because one small, mysterious act of kindness had not only changed her day, it had changed her life, and maybe, just maybe, it would keep changing others too. So if you're watching this and wondering whether kindness really matters, it does more than you think, because you never know who's sitting in a car, counting their last dollars, trying not to lose hope, and you never know if your small act might be the very thing that saves them. Let's keep the chain going. Let's choose kindness.